this could be for the last one. So, in the Quran, this is made reference to in 3 ayat, fi Surah Al-Hujurat. We know that there used to be times when there were conflicts amongst the best generation, amongst the Sahaba. May Allah be well pleased with them all. And in particular, Bani Aus and Bani Khazraj. And Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala mentioned in the Quran, إِنَّمَا الْمُؤْمِنُونَ إِخْوَةٌ فَأَصْلِحُوا بَيْنَ أَخَوَيْكُمْ وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ لَعَلَّكُمْ تُرْحَمُونَ. Believers are one fraternity, one group of brothers and sisters, so reconcile the disputes between your brothers. And have taqwa for Allah in order that you receive loving compassion, or we can say divine mercy. Within that, we know that this has been a very rancorous issue in our community of politics. We're all heightened, I think, this year more than ever because of the genocide taking place in Gaza, and we have groups of people who are supporting Ashab al-Fil, like my old personal physician, the Hamtramck mayor. May Allah bless him. Ashab al-Himar, you dropped the name of a couple of groups that endorsed Ashab al-Himar earlier. And then those like us who've encouraged people to vote for a third party, not one, not Hizb al-Akhdar exclusively. Right, so there's been these conversations, but there's been a lot of rancor and in some cases name calling. So what is the place, if not now after the election, to try to bring reconciliation between these different groups of Muslims and the adab, or the comportment of etiquettes in regards to reconciliation between Muslims that differ per the guidance of the Quran and the Sunnah and our righteous predecessors?
Several important things. One of them is that we have to always test our sincerity towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by making sure that we're praying for those who even we disagree with vehemently. We have to want Jannah for them. We have to want khair for them. And the only thing that's animating our vehemence of disagreement is wanting to see our brothers and sisters do the right thing by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and fearing that they might be, even doing something that's displeasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If your critiques are not tied down to that, then that's a you issue. Then that's a nafs issue. And this is something that is actually quite dangerous, and it can get out of control real quick. So we always have to be ready to relent. And we always have to be ready, and this is one of the amazing things that Islam has to teach the world, and certainly has to correct the social justice activist space. We believe in redemption. Islam is a deen of redemption. We are not a deen of cancel culture. And thus, we should be able to articulate a pathway to redemption for other people, even the people who have gone the furthest astray. Even the person who has participated actively in the genocide, or taken part in Department of Defense contracts that have gone over and have done things to our brothers and sisters in Palestine. We should be able to tell them, here's what you have to do. Like, if you want to just be in good standing again, it's like we're afraid for you because of what you've done. We think it's unprincipled. We think that Allah is displeased with it. We want better for you. We believe in you more than maybe you believe in yourself. We believe that there's a better version of you inside of you waiting to come out and be elevated. But here's what you would have to do. And also be able to admit when you're wrong. I am so happy when I'm wrong. I am for whatever works, whether it's what I said yesterday or not completely. And I think that that's an attitude that all of us have to try to internalize, that whatever works at the end of the day, alhamdulillah. One of our mashayikh, Sheikh Abdullah al-Shinqiti, hafidhahullah, he used to say, one of the tests of sincerity is if you are just as happy that guidance comes from someone else and not yourself. That you can watch someone do something that's the opposite of what you said, or go to someone else other than you, and you're just as happy as if they had come to you for that guidance. That the disease of the heart is when you think that it can only come through you, that you are the movement, that you are Islam, that you are right? When you conflate yourself with that, that's a nafs issue. That's a very, very treacherous place to be in. And so we always have to be ready to admit that and to check ourselves. Are we potentially falling into excess spiritually? Are we turning it into a me versus you thing, an ego thing, as opposed to striving for the truth thing? And realize that even when it comes to these things, and if you read about the fitan that happened between the Sahaba, there's always that common denominator of wala that exists between the people of belief and the people of the Qibla. Quick example, and then I'll be done. That when one of the Byzantine emperors wrote to Muawiyah, when Muawiyah and Ali were fighting, and they were fighting like with swords, they were killing each other's sides. They each thought that what they were doing was right and pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the Byzantine governor offered to intervene and to deliver the head of Ali to Muawiyah. What did Muawiyah say? Muawiyah responded in extremely harsh language. And he said that I will send an army to you, that the front will reach you, and the back will not have passed me, and I will deliver your head to Ali myself. That basically this is an in-house thing, and you stay out of it. That we never lose sight. And if you go to history, you go to the history of Palestine and the Crusades, you go to the history of Andalusia in southern Spain, you go to the history all across the Muslim world. The points where we were the weakest were when we started courting the support of the kuffar against our Muslim brothers and sisters. And we lost that thick divide that is, I might think that you're so wrong, even if I want your redemption, and even if I'm following the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ that said, "Unsur akhaka zaliman aw madhluman," help your brother oppressor or oppressed, and you help your brother who's oppressing by stopping him. If you understand yourself as stopping your brother who's oppressing, you see him as oppressing someone, and you're trying to stop him, that's what you think that you're doing, never let it get to the point where your animosity towards him becomes something that it goes out of the bounds of what is due as your Muslim brother. That we're all still people of the Sunnah and people of the Qibla, and we all want Jannah for each other, and we all want each other's kids to be strong Muslims, and we all want Allah to accept what is good for us and to forgive us. We all, inshallah, Allah will forgive all of us of all of our miscalculations and misdeeds if we were sincere. Ya Rab, may Allah make it so. But those miscalculations do have consequences in the dunya, and so we do tanafus, we do strive and struggle to try to let the truth come to light. And so we also have to have some thick skin sometimes, and to understand that if there's criticism coming, whether it's at me or whether it's from me, that inshallah that's where it's coming from. So we ask Allah